Direct from Foxboro, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxboro Cable Access. It's Foxboro Central, and here's your host, Bob Hickey.
And welcome to another fine episode of Foxboro Central. I am your host, Bob Hickey, and I thank you for taking the time to join me and my guests as we talk about the people, events, and organizations that make Foxboro truly the gem of Norfolk County. Today, I am honored to be joined by a couple of Bobs. My name is Bob, and I'd like to introduce you to my new good friends, actually old good friends, Bob Stocks.
Good to see you, Bob.
How are you doing, sir? And Bob Brown, how are you doing, sir?
Good, very good.
And we are here not only to celebrate the fact that we're all Bobs, but also to celebrate the upcoming band concert that's going to be happening on April 15th,
April 5th, yeah.
At the Orpheum Theater at the Maryland Robin Performing Arts Center, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I usually don't give away the mustard right at the beginning, but you two are so interesting, I want to talk about more than just the concert. So let's talk about the concert up front. And then we'll listen to a little bit of the good music, and then we'll talk a little bit about life and love and everything else. Sound fair enough?
That sounds good.
Excellent.
Good. Yeah.
So why don't we start off, Bob?
Well, we being the centennial of the World War I armistice and being associated with the American Legion, we decided we'd put together a program of music that was apropos to the period. Mm-hmm. And we have gathered up a collection of musical selections ranging from a couple of classical selections to some popular songs of the day that were popular with the fighting men of World War I, and some of the more humorous tunes that existed at the time, as well as a couple of fairly serious tribute selections that were written by composers around 1918, around 1919.
Now, this is a presentation by the Canton Community Band.
Correct.
And also the Foreign Legion Post. And it is Mr. Stocks, maybe you can help me here. It is the Edward J. Beatty Legion Band. So it's sort of a combination, Post 24 out of Canton.
Right, Post 24, American Legion, yeah.
And the reason for that is because as time goes forward, some people like to march, some people like to do the band, and what we're going to be doing, and I'm honored to be hosting you, and by the way, I should mention this is through a grant from the Mass Cultural Council, Foxboro Cultural Council, and we're very happy to be able to support them and have them support you as you come to us and present this for the entire community. So a World War I 100th anniversary, that's a significant milestone.
It is.
And it's one of those things where we always vow never to forget, but as time goes on, we need to be reminded. And the really interesting about this program that you've put together is not only is it going to be music, but there's going to be narration and a bit of a history connection. And who is going to be speaking to us?
The husband of our director is Elizabeth Leahy, and she is a music teacher, and she teaches at several colleges.
Okay, I've had the pleasure of meeting her. Very fine person, and I'm looking forward to having her on our stage.
And her husband, Pat, is a historian, and he has put together a history of the various musical selections that we are going to play and a history of the composers that, so we can give some background. Rather than just play the tunes, we'll have some background. And he has produced a PowerPoint production too, which will give a visual of the some of the covers of some of the music.
And one of the nice things about the Orpheum stage at the Maryland Robin Center is that we have the ability to have that projected on the back screen while the band is with no shadows, and it'll sort of really play into the whole environment. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah. Perhaps now would be a good time to take a listen. For those of you who are thinking you might want to come see these folks, this Sunday is the best time to do that. It'll be April 14th. It's going to be at 1 o'clock.
April 15th.
April 15th.
April
15th, Income Tax Day, at the Maryland Robin Center at 1 School Street. It is free admission. And again, it's underwritten by the Massachusetts and Foxboro Cultural Council, which is phenomenal. So why don't we sit back, take a listen, and I think we're going to listen to How are you going to wet your whistle? Fantastic. And welcome back. That was a great rendition. I'm curious, so tell me about how to wet your whistle.
Well,
that was, you want me to, okay,
well,
I can.
yeah, well,
Let the handsome one go first. All
Okay.
right, there we go.
I believe that came out in 1919, after the war, but in 1919 the prohibition started in this country, and that's what they were trying to wet their whistle with, as I understand. It's a cute number.
Okay.
But I think that's basically the
That's basically it. Few people know that it was actually Woodrow Wilson during World War I who started prohibition to conserve grain for the food supplies for the overseas troops.
And then the Temperance Society picked up on it.
Then it really took off in 1919 when they passed the amendment
Right.
to the Constitution.
It's interesting in this day and age where marijuana is now being pushed to be legalized, how different times are, and yet there's still that conversation about control. And so anyway, this is very interesting. Just to show you that history is always alive, and what the issues were 100 years ago are still pretty much the issues of today. So, and the theme of the concert that's going to be on Sunday, April 15th, is it's a long, long way to Tipperary, and that's what is on the. I don't think it's a theme, but it's what the poster is showing, and we all know that song. We all know that song, but there's a history behind the song, just as there is behind most songs.
Exactly. It was very popular with the troops. It was actually written just before the war started in 1914. It was actually written in 1912 by a fellow by the name of Jack Judge, who coincidentally was the name of our director for many years, a different Jack
Really?
Judge. Yes, just coincidence. But the theme of the concert is actually the centennial of the 1918 World War I armistice, reflections through music. That's what we're actually presenting as the title of our production, and it's a long, long way to Tipperary is one of the major pieces of music from that period.
Yeah, and I'm very interested in not only hearing the music and hearing the stories behind, but seeing how the program blends it all together into it. Because I know that, how many years have you been combined playing with the community band, the Canton Community Band?
I've been with them quite a number of years. I'm in my 55th year. I started in 1963. I hadn't played for years, and then I played with a band at the Foxboro Company for a while.
Okay.
And then I found out, I met Jack Judge when I took my oldest son to go get clarinet lessons. And so he said, why don't you come join the band? So here I am. And I've marched every parade, well, not every parade, but since 1964. So I've done quite a few parades. The band originally was organized in 1927 by the post-24, and I think was quite active during the 30s. But in the early 40s, there were no people around to do it. So it finally was reorganized about 1960 by a fellow named Al Datnasio.
Well, you two are great. That's amazing.
And then Jack Judge at that point was just new with the Canton High School as the band director and music director. And once Jack got involved, we really got organized. And we used to rehearse at the high school, which was nice. So we've had problems lately. But anyway, and the band progressed. We were up to over 50 pieces at one point. And of course, unfortunately, some of the people no longer with us, but we have difficulty trying to get younger people to come in. Now, interestingly enough, we have a young drummer, excellent drummer from the high school. I believe he's a junior in high school.
Yep.
So he's probably 16, 17. And then my good friend Howard Hanson, who will be 93 later this month, is still with us. So
wow.
We have quite a span.
Quite the span.
Yeah. And,
well, the important thing is that the story hopefully will continue to be told, and that's why it's so important to recruit younger. And I don't think it's necessarily a reflection of your specific band. It's true everywhere. So many civic organizations, and here in Foxboro, the legacy service organizations are struggling. So it's a different time, and perhaps that should motivate us even more to appreciate these opportunities when they come. So I'm going to leave you folks for just a second. We're going to go listen to another song by the Canton Community Band, but remind you that the concert is on April 15th. If you like the music you're going to hear, come out to the Marilyn Robbins Center, the Orpheum Theater, on Sunday, April 15th at 1 o'clock. It's a free concert underwritten by the Mass Cultural Council, and it's well worth the time. So let's sit back, take a listen to Till the Boys Come Home. welcome back. Music like that resonates because wars are not something of the past, unfortunately. They continue
That's
today,
correct.
and it's a
That's
never-ending
correct.
cycle of struggle, success, and sometimes failure. So what does this song really mean?
Till the Boys Come Home, also subtitled Keep the Home Fires Burning, was very popular
Okay.
as a sentimental song in World War I, and it was written by Ivor Novello and made into a military concert band selection
Okay.
by
So that's why it
James,
sounds so good here.
That's right, James Ord Hume, who was a famous British military band composer.
Okay.
And he's the one who really made it popular and put it into a concert band format.
Okay, excellent. And that's the format that we'll be listening to the music at the Marilyn Robbins Center, the Orpheum Stage. And we do look forward to having you out there as well as to having folks in the community. And this is not limited to a particular age group. This is so important that we as a community have an opportunity to just come together, listen to some good music, and perhaps learn something. Because this is going to be a historical lesson here. Don't be thinking that you're just going to go and listen to some music and eat some popcorn. This is going to be some learning and some discussion, perhaps.
Yes.
I'm
that's
very much
correct.
looking forward to
Yeah.
this. So we are so running out of time, and what we're going to do is we're going to give each of you the last word, but we're also then going to close out, and we're going to listen to the Red Cross March as we work our way out of the program. So very, very nice program today. I've been so quick in talking because the time is flying. So Mr. Stockson, you're an old neighbor once removed from Baker Street of mine.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us how Foxboro is really supposed to embrace this?
I didn't get
I throw curveball questions out there. But why do you continue to play with the band? Why do you like playing?
It's my major recreation. And it's excellent for the brain.
Okay.
Now this is new. Some of this is new music to me. I mean, I've played for many years. I've played. It's a long way to Tipperary. I can't tell you how many times.
Sure.
Can't tell you how many times I play the national anthem because that's one thing we do. But I enjoy so much being with a group, and the beauty of our group is everybody is on the same level. I mean, everybody's there because they enjoy music, and I just will never give it up. And I used to joke about it when I paraded. I learned how to fall without hurting my instrument. I didn't do that, of course. But anyway, yeah. I just. My eyesight's kind of shot, but and I'll still be able to breathe. Now, breathing's important, you know.
Well, you play the clarinet and the saxophone,
I started on tuba
That's an intense
in
one.
high
yes.
school. I was big and didn't play football, so they needed somebody to carry the sousaphone. And then I got into clarinet and saxophone, and basically have been with it ever since. I haven't played a tuba since I left high school, but anyway, I do enjoy so much, and it's the ensemble. And you know, it's real exciting when you feel you know your parts. And
it all comes together, and it comes together, right?
It's terrific, and we've got some very dedicated people, and but we need new people. And
New people.
Yeah.
We're saying if you're any interest, I will tell you one story. I tried to start a band in this town about 3 or 4 years ago. I joined the International New Horizons Band Association.
Okay.
And their objective is to even get people who never played to
Really?
learn how to play, and then bring people back like my kids. 3 of my kids played in this band. Cindy played with this band, and but they
Cindy
the
had
Drew,
it.
yeah,
Drew.
and
How do you know her?
oh my. Cindy's my daughter. She's great to her father. She's wonderful. We live right down on Carpenter Street.
Yes.
But I wanted to try to get a band. Now, Bob won't like this because I wanted to try to get a band that would play during the day, rehearse during the day, perform during the day, and then I wouldn't have to drive to Canton every. However, I cannot imagine how many opportunities we would have to play if we had places like senior centers, nursing homes,
Oh, sure.
Doolittle, you know, and we could play, I bet you, at least twice a week.
Well, and the beautiful thing about Massachusetts is the communities are so close together. There's no end of opportunities if you have something important to share. So,
Right.
well, maybe we'll have to have that discussion, and hopefully we'll be able to do something fun with that.
Well, if anybody listening played an instrument, would like to pick it up again, we'd love to see them. And
The first step is to come out on Sunday to the
Right,
concert,
and hear
but
it.
also your contact information is available on the Orpheum website at www.orpheum.org. And you can also call us so we can put them in touch. I know that you also have a website, and your website is, it escapes me for the moment. What is your website?
Our website is cantonband.org, O-R-G.
cantonband.org, very important. So I'm going to give you the last word, sir, and then we're going to play us
Well-
out with the Red Cross March.
Okay, I've always enjoyed band music ever since I was in high school. I played in high school band, and then when I graduated and went to college, I'm a retired engineer, but right now. But when I went to college, I never touched it, and then I got reintroduced to it from a article that I saw in the Mansfield News where a band was starting up over in Franklin.
Okay.
And I got going on that. And scared stiff, I went over there with my trombone in hand and enjoyed the music they were playing. And one of the fellows over there got me to come over to the Canton Band, coincidentally on Foxboro's Bicentennial Parade. And I joined the band. That was the first time I laid eyes on the Canton Community Band, and I marched with them in that Bicentennial Parade. And I've been with them ever since. And that was in 1978.
I was going to say that was just 35,
Just
40 years ago, right? Yes, so wow.
So that's that. I've always loved band music. If I can listen to band music, I choose that over anything else. And
well, hopefully we will have a number of like-minded folks who want to hear the same.
Yeah.
Again, Canton Community Band is going to be performing at the Marilyn Robbins Center on Sunday, April 15th at 1 o'clock. The event is free, underwritten by the Mass Cultural Council through the Foxboro Cultural Council. We would love to have you out there. Mr. Brown.
thank you very much for having
Thank you
us.
so much, Mr.
Bob,
Stocks.
good to meet you.
Three Bobs,
see
and you
you
can't go
again.
wrong with three Bobs. Always great to see you again, and we hope to see you out at the theater at 1 o'clock on Sunday. We're so out of time. Have a great day, Foxboro. Take care.